This is ESPN ESPORTS. I'm Arda Ocal. Happy to be joined by Mack Meltz, the New York Subliners, victorious in their own home series this past weekend in the Call of Duty League. Mack, thank you very much for joining us, first of all.
Thanks for having me.
So the Subliners finally, it feels like it was about time. It feels like we were waiting for this a very long time. And finally, the Subliners win a home series, and it's their own home series that they were hosting at that. Just take us through the final moments after you guys won the series. What were the conversations like among the team, and how does it feel?
It's definitely a really great feeling, especially since it's our own home series. And at the past tournaments, we've just been coming up short, just falling by like a few of our own mistakes and just like so close to getting into a finals and potentially taking it home. So it's definitely like a sigh of relief after the tournament, just laughing together. Like finally it all clicked, and yeah, just happy we won.
So let's go through some of the matches. I mean, it was very emphatic, especially late in the tournament. On Sunday, you guys absolutely rolled through the competition, including against the Huntsmen and the Ultra, who themselves have had a lot of clout on them lately with some impressive results. What do you think led to those 3-0 wins against the Ultra and the Huntsmen in particular?
I don't know. We just kind of came out hot, and when a team comes out hot, like it's kind of hard to stop them. We just kind of everything just felt in our control throughout all the maps, all the series on that Sunday. So yeah, we just all felt good. We're all on the same page. Everything was clicking.
Is there something about, I was looking at the maps in particular that you guys played on. Every single domination you played on this weekend was on Hackney. Was there a reason for that? Was there a strategy for that? Were you guys scrimming well on it, or is that just how it happened?
Um, it's just kind of how it happened. Like one team vetoes, we veto a map, and another team vetoes a map, and it just so happened to be a Hackney Dom.
Is that one that you guys are particularly good at, that you guys feel comfortable on?
Yeah, we're all fans of that map. Try
You
not
know,
to, you know.
okay, so you're not going to tell me more. That's fine. What about the meta? What about, like, I obviously there was a big patch that just dropped. How did the game feel from your perspective and your team's perspective this weekend?
Um, the meta, it kind of favored us. People weren't expecting me to run an M4, obviously, because Donnie and Attach both have ran that role previously. But from my perspective, it was great. I loved the role I had. The game felt really easy, and yeah, it was kind of just smooth sailing throughout the tournament.
So take me through. I mean, you joined the team in March, right? And at that point, the team didn't have much credit to it. Bottom of the standings, not many great results to show for. But slowly but surely, the team started to get some wins, and a lot of people were saying, since you had joined the team just looked better. What I want to know is, when did I know that? The natural answer to say here is, oh, we always knew we had it in us. But when did you and the team really start feeling like, you know what? A tournament win this season is entirely possible? Was there a particular month or a home series where you said, you know what, we are in definite contention?
Um, I mean, I hate to give you the answer like, as soon as we came together it would work, but I mean, as soon as I joined the team, practice was going well. Everyone on this team, everyone looking at the team knew that this team had a bunch of talent, that it was possible. But honestly, ever since we started practicing, we just knew like how we were playing in practice, which was going well, and we were playing well together overall. So we really were just waiting like a matter of time. Like one of these tournaments, we're gonna clutch up and just stop making mistakes. And yeah, it happened.
How surprised were you to get a call from New York in the first place? Like, you were definitely grinding it out. You were trying to make a name for yourself, and all of a sudden you find yourself on the Subliners. How surprising was that to you?
Um, it was pretty surprising. I did have, a few other offers on the table, but the New York one definitely caught me a little bit off guard. Yeah, it was just like a big sigh of relief once I saw the DM. I was like, okay, it finally paid off. Here I am. It was definitely a very exciting moment for me.
So if you had other offers on the table, what made you choose this one?
Um, just the players on the team itself. They're just players. I'd much rather play with these group of people than the other offer I had.
Okay, cool. So you definitely believed in the team, and you saw the players there, and you said, you know what, this is somewhere that I can find success. And it was a good gamble because New York has
Yeah.
found success. So what were the initial scrims like? Like, did you guys build instant chemistry? What were those initial days like when you were scrimming together with the team?
You could definitely tell it was like just trying to get comfortable around, it's a new player coming in, a new voice. You can definitely tell that there was like people were kind of holding back on certain things, like trying to just keep the mood at a good place, just because we were just putting a new player into this environment. But I mean, it was going good. We were all vibing together, all playing well, and yeah, just kind of clicked.
So there's two more home series. You're playing in the next one this weekend, the Royal Ravens home series. The two big teams, other than the Subliners, who have won a tournament weekend, are Dallas and Florida. So Atlanta and Chicago are taking this one off.
Mhm.
You guys have only played once against Dallas this season, have played a lot more against Florida. Let's start with Dallas. Just the idea that it seems like they've had like two seasons in a way, right? Like they were very dominant on land. Then in the beginning online, they were dominant as well. Where do you put them right now? Like there's always a conversation about the top three or top four teams. Where would you put Dallas in that conversation right now?
Um, right now, I'd probably put Dallas at number one, despite Florida playing really well, even winning two home series or maybe three. Um, yeah, just from my perspective, when I play against them, they're a really tough team. I would put FaZe up there as my number one, but their showing at the recent tournament wasn't very good. So yeah, I think Dallas takes the top of the standing for me.
So the other team, Florida, a lot of people would say that they are the team to beat right now based on
Yeah.
recent results, right? Awakening and what's happening there, and of course Pharaoh and Skies and how well they're playing. So you guys have had some good results against Florida. You guys had a 3-2 series at the Paris home series in late June. You 3-0'd them in their own home series. Some might even say that NYSL is the best equipped team to beat Florida right now, like today. Some might say that. So what take me through that matchup? It may not happen because you guys are in different groups, but take me through the Florida NYSL matchup. What is it about those two teams that make the games exciting and how you guys match up well against them?
Um, I'm not sure what makes it such a good matchup. Obviously, they beat us at the last tournament that we played them at, which realistically we should have taken that one. It was a choke on our end, but I'm not sure what it is. It's just I play very well against them. I'm very comfortable playing against those five players. I'm really not sure. They got the best of us last time, but I feel like if we matched up against them at the next tournament, it'd be a 3-0.
Do you feel like you and the Subliners have done enough now to be in the conversation to be among the best teams in the CDL and a team that people should really be considering going into champs?
Yeah, I hope so. We just won the most recent
Yeah.
event. Um, we've been playing well at these tournaments in the past, just haven't clutched up when we needed to. So I would hope people would see us as a top team and a contender for champs.
How do you feel about champs being online? I know that the circumstances are beyond our control. We're in the middle of a
Mhm.
pandemic. Totally understand. But just looking back on, like, when you look back on this year more generally, how do you think you'll look back on it? Especially because this is your first year as a professional and it's such a extraordinary year.
Yeah. So it is kind of unfortunate. Obviously, we all wish it was an event, especially being my first year. That's kind of what like you look forward to as a player, like being on the stage in front of a crowd, and that's the best part of it. But unfortunately, players' health and all that is first, so it's online, and we're just gonna do with what we got.
Just with the even with the amount of money that's on the line, it's still there, right? Whether it's on
Yeah.
LAN or online, it's still the same prize pool and it's your first year, right? So does that factor into the fact that, you know what, I don't care. I just want to compete. I'm happy that I'm here. And,
Mhm.
it might be different for someone like Crim Six because he's been in the league for so long, but for you, this is year number one. So does it feel any different? I mean, like you only had a couple of
Um,
lands.
yeah, so it might not irk me as much as it might irk some other players that have past experience on land because I've only been to like one, maybe two. So I'm just gonna play. That's all I know is my first champ is gonna end up being online, unfortunately, but I'm gonna show up and I'm just gonna play like I normally would. No
So
difference in practice.
last question for you. I know that you like to keep your cards tight to the chest, and that's totally understandable. You were mentioning how you were playing the M4 a little bit there, maybe a little bit of a different swap there. What can we expect from you for the rest of the season? Will there be some changes? Do you think it'll be more of what we saw this past tournament? What can we expect?
So with I was running an M4 at the most recent tournament. We ended up winning. Um, I'm really not sure. The meta might change a little bit. Some stuff might be brought back. I can't really talk about it, but
Mhm.
who knows? I might have an M4, I might have an MP5. I'm not sure.
Well, either way, great success as we've seen with the New York Subliners. Mack Meltz joining us here, one of the linchpin members of this team, and the Subliners winning the most recent home series. Mack, thanks for your time.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.